Turn it around. Whew. I gotta get out of here. When I walked Dooley, it was snowing. I don't like that. Don't like that at all. But, and it's 5:54 a.m. Hello, good rookin'. Hello, good rookin' puppy. Oh. And I am munching on a reheated omelet. Those of you in the restaurant industry, what is it? Good morning, good morning. Kim, Trudy, Roseanne, good morning. So what is it about the restaurant industry? In some restaurants, they just cannot handle the fact that I order an omelet without toast or hash browns. They put them in there anyway. Like, I know that the guy who took my order had a conversation with the cook, and yet there were hash browns all over in the container with my omelet. And I don't know if they just can't get their head around the fact that not everybody eats sugar, flour, and starch. Good morning, Jen. Me too. Good morning. Why can't they get their heads around that? I'm trying to lose weight, people. No hash browns needed. So, I end up, scooping the potatoes, trying to get every piece out of the container so that I don't get any potatoes in me. We're in Santa Fe at this nice little place that I spent the night. Yes, Terry, I am up early. It's 5:57 a.m. here. And it was snowing a little bit when I took Dooley for a walk. And he took a victory walk. He was victorious when he went for his walk. Always makes me happy that he's got that taken care of for the time being. Okay. So I have 8.5 hours on my clock today. So yes, happy Dooley. So I have to get from Santa Fe, New Mexico to Brighton, Colorado. Excuse me. In backbeat rhythm. Good morning. Good morning. What are you all working on? Are you all working on stuff this morning? Yeah, see, it's snowing. And if it's snowing here, it's really snowing going over Raton Pass. So I have to get from good morning, Dooley. So I have to get from Santa Fe to Brighton, Colorado in 8.5 hours. Here we go. Little tut test, tut test. Let's see if I can get out this way. It's a nice little place. It's not exactly a truck stop. I was a little concerned when I pulled in last night. I thought maybe turning left on this dead-end little road out here was going to get me in a position where I was going to have to back up. You're making a blanket out of all different kinds of yarn. I love that. Amethyst purple and black and royal blue Afghan. Beautiful. How far is the trip? I can't remember. The Google says 6.5 hours. Well, I think 8 hours. Given myself 8 hours. So I pulled into this street, the one that I'm turning right on right now. Making sure that I get way out here. So I pulled into this narrow street yesterday and drove around to the back side of this with an elephant granny square blanket. Love it. Working on a lacy scarf and double-sided blanket.
Take the next right onto U.S. Highway 280.
What is it that makes it double-sided?
You are on the fast route despite slower than usual traffic. You should reach your destination by 8:15 a.m.
Yeah. I know that, to me, like a granny square isn't just done round and round. I turn it at every round, which technically makes them rows because I like a two-sided blanket. So tell me, how is your blanket two-sided? I like that. And I want to know how you define that. Good morning. Hi, Cheryl. Okay, so nobody's coming on this highway. Am I crazy at $300 on a... You know what? You mean to sell it? Backbeat? Do you want me to call you Backbeat? What do you want me to call you? Help me out here. Still busy with an elephant granny square working on a lace and a double-sided blanket. Terry, I want to hear more about that. Good morning, Stephanie. So, is that what you're, Backbeat, is that what you're wanting to sell it for? You know what? You can call me Ty. Okay, Ty. Some people say take the cost. Good morning, Cynthia. Wonderful to see you. Yes, sell it. Okay, so there are two different formulas that I have heard. And I've always taken the cost of the yarn and multiplied it by 3. That was, pretty standard across the internet, what people were telling me. But Selena Baca has a different formula. And, if you're a member of the American Crochet Association, she has a blog post about pricing your products. Now, what size did you say? Let me see. 52 by 52. I think a lot of times, especially in the little town that I live, let me tell you what happened there. There was a gal who crocheted as fast as she possibly could these hats. And she had big fat sloppy stitches and she just whipped them out, as fast as she could. Speed was her thing. And pumping out more and more of these items to sell at the various little fairs in the county throughout the year. And she would cut her prices, to the point that, like my friend Dolly made these beautiful little baby dresses and matching hats and shoes and using 2 colors so one shows more on one side. I'll find the name. Yes, Terry, I want to know about this. I want to know all about this. Okay, it's snowing out here. I don't like that. 28 degrees. I want to know about a 2-sided blanket. Because I want to do what I'm calling a 2-layer afghan. Well, it takes 7 days for an afghan. And how many hours a day do you, work on that and, multiply that by 7, get your hours. And Selena Baca, she's all about, charging, I believe her formula has to do with charging by the hour. I don't know exactly. I haven't read the blog post. I think I've just read, like titles of her blog posts. Forgive me, Selena. Yes. The life of a distracted, expressive truck driver who also crochets. So, yeah. And 4 to 5 hours, I go slow. See, I appreciate that. Some people think it's all about the speed, and I disagree. I think it's all about the care and attention to detail. Reversible by Simply Daisy. Reversible crochet pattern by Simply Daisy. Good morning, Marion. Good morning, Jennifer. I would charge myself by the hour since I'm a slow. You know what? And I believe that, when you, are worried about attention to detail and, uniformity of your stitches, you do develop a rhythm and kind of a cadence, unless something, interrupts that flow. But, by Simply Daisy. Hang on a second. Reversible Crochet Afghan by Simply Daisy. Go, baby, go. Okay, let's see if I can find that. Is this the tutorial? Is it on YouTube? Let me look at videos. Who's that? Check YouTube. Well, what is this all about? YouTube guide. Watch here. Whatever. Is this by... crap. I can't, let's go to my YouTube. Let me see here. It's so complicated. No one would pay what I have in it, so I only do gifts. Well, I tried to tell, this person ordered another Afghan colors, burnt orange, coffee brown, and gold. Okay, so I tried talking people into charging more for their beautiful patterns, their beautiful products, like my friend Dolly, who crocheted these fabulous baby dresses with matching, accessories, little coat or a little hat, little shoes. I mean, beautiful work, beautiful work. And I tried to tell her, look, do not let that other person with terrible crochet skills, determine what you charge. She was charging like, what did she charge me? $12 or $15 for, like a little baby dress with a little coat. It was the most darling thing. But because she said, because of the prices in the area, I can't charge that. So I'm like, oh, do not let her determine what you charge. We need to band together and charge more. Like a friend of mine in the horse industry contacted me once about doing one of those troll hats. Well, because of the time and the coming out of that yarn to make it a troll hat, the pink, it had to be brushed out, and the cost of the yarn to do it, Ty, you just ignore that. I told her it would cost $40. Well, I'm sure that shocked her. and she didn't get back to me, and come to find out, she went to this little crochet factory person and paid her, some cheap price. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out when I'm not driving. She my friend went to the little crochet factory, and I guarantee you she got what she paid for, right? She got big sloppy stitches. I doubt that it turned out the way it looked in the picture that my friend wanted. I said it helps. Yeah. So, yeah, you are worth your money. If you're taking your time and you're making something that's like a work of art. I don't know if you guys have seen my beach turtle blanket. I charged, and this was cheap, for a crib-sized blanket of that. Holy cow, I don't like this. I don't like this. This is not good. I charged like $140 for a crib-sized blanket of that Turtle Beach blanket, and I should have charged more. But people were buying them up, and I know that there are people in the area who would have made the same blanket out of cheaper yarn and would have charged a lot less. You know what? I'm done with this. This is going to mess me up on my time. I shouldn't have left. I should have sat there until daylight, because I can't tell what's going on the road surface. So, next exit, please. See what's going on here. I don't like this. We're gonna sit and chat, probably crochet. Where am I at here? Oh, it's gonna be a while. Pecos River Station, 25 miles. Lovely. So, anyway, I have absolutely that my friend Doris, and I don't blame her, she doesn't realize what we're talking about, that it's a difference of quality in the work. And someone said the other day, I actually crochet. I don't just stalk other crocheters on YouTube. Navy veteran asked me to make him a blanket, and I didn't charge him at all for it. That's great, Kim. And I appreciate that. But there's nothing immoral about charging for your work either. There are so many people who are, who honestly feel it's immoral to do that. It is not. People have vilified making money. I do think it's wonderful. So, I think, I'm on $300. I don't think you're crazy. I don't think you're crazy at all. So let's take 5 times 7 is what? 35? Okay, so that's 35 hours of work. And you, so you paid attention. You didn't, I just realized, thank you for the new blue dress. Oh, of course, Michelle. That's 35 hours of work. If you're charging, good morning, Tammy, if you're charging $10 an hour, you're not even charging $10 an hour. And for an artisan, you're an artist. You create works of art. So I would never ask a carpenter to make me a chair for free or at cost. So why ask a yarn craft? Right. If you're someone who truly, is someone who pays attention to detail and isn't just a crochet factory, which is, I mean, I'm not trying to be, you know, mean to that person who pumped out all those hats and products all the time, but that's kind of how I see it. If you're just a crochet factory, you are welcome, Stephanie. There is, right, we need to think better of ourselves. There's no reason to, you know, think that your work and your time, when you pour your heart and soul into one of these projects, that you're not worth $300 for that size of a blanket. Absolutely, you are worth that. I don't think you're crazy at all for charging that much for an Afghan. You know, maybe it's a simple stitch and you're only charging $300. Good morning, Betty. Maybe it's a complicated stitch that, you know, a more intricate stitch. Okay, all right, Marion, I got you, and I appreciate, you know, you trying. You guys don't, you're not obligated to watch me drive in the snow. Oh, I should have taken that exit and just parked it. You guys are worth something. And, you know, I don't make a lot of small items. You know, a lot of quick projects. I mostly take on bigger projects. And that's just where my values are for myself. I feel more accomplished, you know, completing a large Afghan. Good morning. Oh, good morning. Hello. Hello. Knitting tour. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. I was just watching one of your videos the other day. Which one was it? I don't remember. But yeah, so if you're putting 35 to 40 hours into an Afghan and, you know, oh, Gina, good morning. I don't think $300 is crazy at all. You know, there may be other people offering the same thing for much cheaper. You let them. Because they don't care enough about, you know, their item and the time that they've put into it to charge an appropriate amount. It's going to show in their work. You just release that. You just let that go. I believe in, you know, letting God handle that. Release it to Him, and that comes around. Like that gal I was telling you about in our little town. I guarantee you my friend got what she paid for, and she might, you know, she might look at that and think, oh, crochet isn't a very good, you know, it's not a very high quality product. Or she might recognize the fact that I was charging more because I put more care and thought, and I do 2 craft shows a year, and there are vendors that charge less than I do, and people go to them, and I say to them, and I say, let them go get the cheaper price. Yeah, let them. There are people who will understand that it's, yes, you are using, you know, more care and thoughtfulness in your creation, and sometimes we're using, you know, a better quality of yarn. And that's what I was offering my friend at $40 for that troll hat. And good morning, Maribel. Yeah, I'm driving and talking. So, you know, when she got that hat from the crochet factory lady, I'm sure that she either thought that we're all designers. Yes, exactly. It's, and, you know, I would, you know, you had to buy the pattern, and I don't remember how much that was. I have to to turn on my, yeah, we're dealing with snow and ice, and I need to pull over on an off-ramp and wait for daylight. So this was not a good idea to leave this early. I was trying to leave by 6 o'clock and make good time, but with the roads like this, you know, I'm not making good time because I'm not real sure about, you know, the road surface. So, okay, I'm going to take this exit and just happy Saturday. Yeah, so Ty, if you're still here, I don't think you're crazy at all. I think you're right. At least charge $300. I don't know what kind of pattern it is. You know, if it's a simple pattern, maybe that's an appropriate price. But I don't think you're, you know, if it's a, you know, more than just a, you know, one stitch pattern, if there are repeats, if there are intricacies, excuse me, I don't think you're charging enough. And we shouldn't cheapen our work. I do agree that there are special people that should be gifted these works. Like the commission piece that I've taken on for this year. The moose blanket with the moose hood in the corner. That's for a special person. And I don't plan on charging her at all. And I haven't, you know, taken on a piece like that in several years now because I'm driving. But I was so honored that she wanted me to do that for her that I agreed. Oh, I hope this isn't a bad idea right here. Okay. Feels okay. Feels okay. Doesn't feel slimy or tippy. We're going to sit here for a while. I'm going to check out that video. You know, some people, you know, don't want to be bothered with commission pieces. I get that too. It feels good to give away all those things. So ever since I started driving truck, and right before that, you know, I just started making gifts. Cheryl, I'm starting to see some light come on. You can see a little light in the sky, so maybe half an hour or so. I just don't like this. I'm gonna make a, no, I don't want to delete all. I want to compose a message. I want that on there. I want a little heat. A little heat. Yeah. No, I wish I was coming to Texas. We don't have loads that go to Texas with this company. We don't go any further east than, like, I think some people actually go to Phoenix. Most of us go to Denver, and that's as far east as we go. I gift baby blankets to church, lots of new babies, and you know, isn't that fun? You know, I think that's fun, Nancy. I think it's, you know, it feels good to complete, you know, something that you have, you know, done with your heart, your time, your emotions, and to give them away. But there is nothing immoral about, you know, selling your items either. Freeform. Hold over. Bad roads. Roads, okay. Okay, we're gonna see how this goes. You know, my plan was to get there in, you know, plenty of time, but you know how plans are. Yeah, and what did somebody say? Was it Dave Ramsey or Robert Kiyosaki? Somebody, one of the experts says, you raise your prices until, you know, some customers start, you know, looking elsewhere. And that's your perfect price. I keep saying after I get my Christmas tin, I will make items to sell. I just never get there. You know, yeah, I get you. I get you on that. Whew. I'm going to check out this tutorial. Let me see. Reversible. What did we call this? I gotta find this on YouTube. I want to find this Daisy what? I gotta go back. Selling on it. Someone requested VA hat for her daughter of the character Edith from, oh, okay. So I found a free pattern and sold it for 20 bucks. My kids asked me to make them king size blanket and they got mad when I told them to buy the yarn. Well, Kim, that's a good life lesson for them, right? Simply Daisy. Okay, I'm looking up Simply Daisy. That's a good life lesson for them. Is it all one word, Simply Daisy? I'm going to subscribe to her. Okay. Subscribe. I'm never... Where have I been? Under a rock? She's got tons of subscribers. You know, Kim, that's a... You know, you actually... You did them a favor by saying that. You know, and they don't like it. They may not like that lesson, but that lesson, you do your kids a service by saying that to them. If they're adult children, they shouldn't be expecting you or anybody else to, you know, completely just take care of them. And that includes making a king-sized blanket. I totally agree. You know, this is a family member. You know, we're not rich. You know, if I can afford the yarn to make my Aunt Martha or my mom or my cousin a blanket, I will do it. But if I can't, I would ask them to pay for the yarn. In fact, they offered to pay for the yarn. Okay, Cheryl, let me see here. But I'm doing this on a different device. Afghan patterns. It's not in there. It's not in that playlist. It's not in the Afghan patterns. Does she have long hair? Look at videos here. Here we go. Okay, so I'm curious as to single crochet in the second chain of the hook, chain 5, single crochet. Made 5 loops because my multiple of 5 with color B attached at the first single crochet. Oh, I see. But it makes a window for the other color. That's really cute. That's really cute. Thank you. That was fun. That's fun. I like that. I'm going to make a two-sided Afghan one of these days. There is something I keep talking about. Okay, I made a king-size Afghan for my best friend's grandson for Christmas. Oh, wonderful. And blanket, oh, and they want to do it in blanket yarn. Yeah, not cheap. Gumdrop forever. Good morning. Good morning. I had people say they wanted to purchase a poncho. I think I quoted 60 plus shipping, and they suddenly, yeah. Phew, excuse me. I think there's a little dust in the vents. Okay, bringing up a little heat, so I'm gonna turn this around. Yeah, so I totally get. Ty, I'm sorry if you left. Good morning, good morning. Where is he? He's right there. He's sleeping on my coat. Good morning. Thank you. I'm poking you in the nose. Poking you in the nose. It's like, what are we doing, Mama? Okay, so I see a, snowplow, and it looks like he's dropping something behind. But he's going the other way. I'm going to wait a little bit. Boop, boop, boop. Beep. It's like, what are you talking about, Mama? I think Ty left, but Ty, I don't think... No, I'm not stuck. Oh, okay. Well, Ty, if you watch the replay, I absolutely do not think you're crazy for charging $300. Not at all. I'm doing well, Michelle. How are you? I am. So, excuse me, I left where I was parked overnight. And it was kind of spitting snow. I mean, everything was fine. But now, I've climbed an elevation and there's snow everywhere. Good, I hope so, Jody. I hope so. Nothing evil about making money. He's such a sweetie. He is such a sweetie. So, I hate when I hear people say that money is the root of all evil. Because that's not what the Bible says. That is not it. Yeah, a lot of people do that. I turned down for a white queen size bake. I knew the person was an old childhood friend who was broke. Yeah. Yeah, the postage. It's the love of money. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you. And I hate, good morning, Diana. I hate, everywhere in media, they're like, oh, okay, Marion. I hate when they say that money is the root of all evil, because that is not what that is not what the Bible says. And nowhere does it say that it's wrong to sell things. You have to be careful about making plans, right? Let's make plans to go to this city and make a profit. You gotta realize you're not, we're not that much in control. There you go, baby. Sorry, I made you get up. Yeah. It is the love of money. He wants us to have the right perspective. I love Dave Ramsey. Better than I deserve to be. I love Dave Ramsey. Better than I deserve. You want another piece, baby? Yes, exactly. They're selling their time, their labor, their intellect, whatever, their experience, their knowledge, their education. He's getting the cheese off my fingers. Another truck just did the same thing. He pulled over there, going southbound. It's funny. All those cars are following that snowplow. That's smart. That doesn't happen. You know, I don't see that happening very often. Now that truck is sitting there with his flashers on. I turned mine off because they get annoying. They're very loud. Good morning. Good morning, Pat. Oh. It's wrong not to provide for your family. Yeah. You know, God wants us to do something. Do something with our hands. I sold thermal stitch pot holders and dishcloths. And what I did was I made a little stripe, like I'd get a solid color, and I got all different kinds of solid colors, and then I would make a stripe about that wide of white across it so that there was a little interest in it. And I would also make a mini corner to corner dishcloth about the same size with a diagonal stripe of white in it. Now I would do the griddle stitch. But I sold those sets for $15. He really doesn't. He doesn't talk about retirement. Now, with a simple stitch, how much do you think I should charge for it? Okay, Betty, so Ty was in here earlier and he was asking a similar question. So here's my long answer. For many years on the internet, people have always said, take the cost of the yarn, even if you're not using a full skein, take the cost of that yarn and multiply it by 3. You know, and with blanket yarn, you're buying multiple yarns. So take the cost of that purchase. C2C is a fun stitch, and I love doing the mini C2C using a chain 2.5 double crochet. So anyway, they say take the cost, of, your materials and multiply by 3. Selena Baca, on the other hand, at the American Crochet Association, has like a formula, or I haven't read the blog post, but you might check that out. And it is based on an hourly wage. So like Ty was saying, what do you say, 4 to 5 hours a day or 5 to 6 hours a day, something like that. And it took him 7 days to make it. Okay, so it's 7 days, 5 hours a day. You're at 35 hours, right? 5 times 7 is 35. And if you're charging $300, you're not even charging $10 an hour. Hello, dude. And depending on how simple the pattern is, Yeah. So that's a $300 blanket, Kim, if you use the 3 times method. But Selena Baca has a different, she has like a formula that she uses. And I believe it's based on like an hourly wage. And when we put our heart and soul into a project that big, don't be afraid to charge for it. Nothing wrong with giving that away. That's a gift of love. Nothing wrong with asking people to just pay for the yarn. It's still a gift of love. And if you do charge for it, what you're worth, $10 an hour is pretty cheap. Yeah. So Nancy, we have to, we have to price these things accordingly. Marion, I am sitting on the side of an on-ramp just north of Santa Fe, New Mexico, because the roads were clear when I left. It was spitting snow, but then they got like this. Now there's snow and there's ice on the road. It's like 20 degrees outside. So I'm waiting for a little more daylight. Hello, Lisa. It's hard to put a price on your work. It really is. And I should, while we're sitting here, baby dog. I know I know. He's like, why are you closing the lid on that, Mama? We weren't done eating it. Okay, so I'm going to go to, well, first of all, I'm going to bring my brightness back up. I'm going to go to the American Crochet Association and see if I can bring up, good morning, Camille. Good morning, Jody. Oh, hey, sweet lady. Oh, yes, so much drama for me. Trying to figure out what to charge. So many people say how they love my stuff, but feel like they don't want to pay for what it's worth. Have you ever looked at the price of a handmade Amish quilt? Yeah, it's yarn, and we're not hand quilting something, but we are making every stitch completely by hand. And if you're not a crochet factory that pumps out, 50 million dishcloths in an hour, or 50 million, character hats in an hour, if you are meticulously working on a large project, you should get paid for your time. So let me see if I can find, okay, American Crochet. There we go. Let's see if I can find the size. American Crochet Association. I'll see if I can find, yeah, I'll be safe. I used to drive from North Carolina. I would do it in 2 days. How many miles is that? No such thing as a crochet machine. Well, this person is what? Well, I called her, yeah, I called her the Crochet Factory, and I'm calling her that there just so, I'm not going to go calling her out and making fun of her and, bringing her name onto a live chat. Literally out of string, yes. So, and I only call her, the Crochet Factory because she did, I'm sorry, but yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that. I want crochet courses, workshops, and professional trainings. That's not what I want. I want join the free community. Okay. So there's a group, the American Crochet Association, and I'm going to simple stitch but straight. Yeah, I know, Jody. Yeah, so, there's just nothing wrong with that. Say, I use the Crochet Land app on my phone to help with pricing. It lets you time your projects, and you can add in the yarn price and amount you used. It will figure out a price. That's a great way, that's a great tool. Let's see if I look up. How to price your projects in 3 simple steps. Let's see how she does it. He's got cutie patootie ears. Yeah, he's back there. Crochet Land? I'll have to check that out. Ugh. Let me see something. I don't have anything but Gmail on this app. Okay, we'll get rid of you. Okay. Bye-bye. Wait a minute. Yeah, Roach Johnson. Okay. Yeah. Crochet Land. We'll have to check that out. Search mail. How to price. Okay, let's see if I can find that. How long ago? I can't find it. It won't open it unless I'm signed in, and I don't know how to sign in. American Crochet Association. So let's see. Not the CGOA. I want the American Crochet Association right here. Receipt for crochet membership. I am a member. I'm already a member. Oh my goodness. Blog. Oh my goodness. Blog. Search. How to price. I'm having trouble here trying to find this. It is. How to price any crochet project. I think I'm there. Hello, Tammy. Oh, it actually uses a timer. That's cool. It's one of the... Okay. When I began, blah, blah, blah. What about shipping? Am I charging too much, too little? And so it's a formula. $10 an hour, $15 an hour. If you have a job elsewhere, what would your wage need to be? Think about it. You can only crochet so many hours per day, per week, per month. That precious time is valuable. Absolutely. An hour spent crocheting can take a toll on your body, your hands, your wrists, your arms, your shoulders, neck, back. This is your skill, and it's laborious. Your time spent on a project should be documented by the hour, and it's worth a fair wage. Absolutely. So, But your time is your time and your skill is your skill. I love this. Factor the cost of materials. Step 1. Wait a minute. Step 1. What do I need to make per hour? And it calculates each session in total time. Works well when I remember to add. Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. So first, what do you need to make an hour? $10 an hour? $15 an hour? What do you feel good charging per hour for your time? Two, how much time will it take to complete your item? So let's, you've spent 8 hours, so let's say $10, you've spent 8 hours, that's $80. But then cost her in. Are you making a blanket with, okay, so $12 in acrylic yarn to make this baby blanket at $10 an hour at 8 hours, so you're at $92. Are you shipping it? Add $6.50 for shipping? Like $6.50 is a thing anymore. 92 plus $6.50? But nobody will pay $92 for a baby blanket. If this is your profession, you're worth a fair wage. Your time is valuable. Click below to try our free crochet calculator. I'm gonna bookmark this baby. Your hourly rate. So let's say I'm just going to put in $10. Number of hours to complete a project. Yeah. So how many hours how many hours did I put into the artist blanket? So let's say an hour a day for 30 days. 30. Materials cost me $40 in yarn. Tax, shipping, estimated price per project $340. There's even modules here. Project calculator, how to price your work. Oh. I touched something. Module 1, Q&A. Module 2, what to sell and how to sell it. Module 2, Q&A. Module 3, how to guarantee satisfaction. Module 3, Q&A. Oh, I love this. Module 4, standard business practices. Then Q&A. How to manage your money. And then Q&A. Schedules and templates. And a Q&A. I love the American Crochet Association. Love it. Yeah. And a really good friend of mine told me I should start timing how long things take me. And I should charge $15 an hour for my time, your skill. How do you feel about that $15 an hour? I don't have a problem for that with that. Cost me $10, yes. But then I wonder if where we crocheters live determines how likely we are to sell. I sold mine on Facebook. Good job, Michelle. Right on. So I, included whatever, if it's $10 to ship a hat and a scarf, so I would come up with a unique pattern, like the paw prints pattern with the matching hat, or at that time messy bun beanies were very popular. I mean, they were just like all the rage. And I found a Canadian designer who designed the Bun and Done, bun and the letter N and done, Bun and Done beanie. And I paid for her pattern, and I asked her, how do you feel about me selling your products? She's like, I don't have a problem with you selling the projects, just link back to where I sell the pattern to anybody who asks. So basically, she doesn't want, after I paid for it, she doesn't want me giving that away. So I did. And I charged $25 a hat. And if they wanted it shipped, if it was $10 to ship that hat, I'd charge $35 a hat. Previous lecture. Oh, I just love her. I just love her. Oh, I am going to bookmark this too. I just love Selena Baca. She's so amazing. So amazing. And, she gives a lot of information away for free, but she puts a lot of time and effort into these courses, so she's going to charge for them too. And I didn't read you the whole blog. But what she's telling us is pretty much common sense. Your time, your cost, your shipping. $300 for an Afghan? I don't think that's outrageous at all. Ty, if you're watching the replay of this, skill level. See, and that's what I'm talking about. When my friend decided to go with the Crochet Factory for a cheaper price, made with cheaper yarn, American Crochet Association. American Crochet Association, and her name is Selena Baca. And she's coming to the Pacific Northwest Yarny Social this fall. She's going to do a breakout session with one of her patterns. It's going to be awesome. What you looking at, Mr. Man? What you looking at, puppy? What you looking at, baby? It's like, what are we doing, Mama? Yeah, I love Selena Baca. She's amazing. Now, her courses are kind of like a subscription base rather than just buying them. So you work at your own pace. So, one course, you're going to subscribe to that, and then you don't have to keep paying for it. Glad to hear she responded. Do you have a firm date? So, yeah, I do. She did. I read her response last night. And that's something else I got to say before we take off. Are we going to go drive, Mama? Hi, baby. Hi, baby, baby, baby. Oh, did you ask Ola Joe about furrows to come to? She goes live next week with them. I haven't talked to her about anything. She just had a tooth pulled yesterday. But thank you for reminding me. I'm going to turn you guys around. So this is what I'm dealing with. Okay, so what was the question? Yes, I have a firm date. The American Crochet Association, yeah. So the dates are September 29th through October 1st. I need to make a phone call on Monday to secure those dates with the Shiloh Inn and get that going again, and then I will create an event page on MeWe. If you're a member of my MeWe group, you can see that. I'm also going to create an event page on Facebook. And now last year, $40 $40 per person to help pay for the ballroom was what I was going to charge. We will see how that goes. I think that's a fair price. I think that's a fair price for 3 days and getting to, experience, Imperial Yarns, Selena Baca from the American Crochet Association, the swag bags, the gifts, Are you coming, Stephanie? Oh, I'm so excited. Wouldn't it be great if you and Pamela could come? Oh my goodness. Granny D's is thinking about it. Sandy from Left is Right is thinking about it. So, you know, I'm going to start working on, good morning, Wanda. Well, Wanda, I stopped. I started and now I have stopped, and you can see why. I was waiting for, you know, the road workers to come by. Oh, Stephanie, that is so cool. So yeah, September 29th through October 1st is nailed down for Selena Baca. So now I just have to nail those dates down and get our room prices and get that all taken care of with the Shiloh Inn. I discovered early in my hooking life that if someone asked me to make a project, all the fun seems to evaporate, and if it ain't fun, it ain't done. So I don't. Okay, Pat, that is a great observation on how your heart works. There is nothing wrong with that. I just, you know, I hate when people vilify us for charging an appropriate price for our work. You know, that artist blanket, honestly, you know, if somebody wanted to pay me for the artist blanket or the Phoenix or the Liliana or any of those from Hooked on Sunshine, they're going to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for one of those. The Turtle Beach blanket, you know, when I sold those, that was quite a few years ago. So you got to figure there's $40 worth of yarn and 10 hours of work at least. That's just a number I pulled out of thin air. So if I'm only charging $10 an hour, 10 times 10 plus $40 for the yarn, it probably wouldn't take me that long. But, you know, let's just throw that out there. If it's 10 hours of work and I only charge $10 an hour plus $40 of yarn, so much underestimating the value of beautiful crochet. Right. And, you know, we do something as intricate as one of those mandala blankets. They're worth some money. And, I scare off people when they ask me. And I know that I would have scared off Terry, my friend Terry, when she asked me to do the moose blanket, because I just spent $60 in yarn. Maybe more. No, I spent $100 in yarn for that blanket. And I'm not done getting all the yarn for it. And she's probably, well, I don't know. Here's a guess. Most people would probably think $100 would be the top end price for, you know, a buffalo check blanket with a moose head hood in the corner of it. I'm obliged to gift or sell it for yard sale prices because it is handmade. And people, I'm sorry, ask the Amish what handmade is worth. Yeah, ask them what handmade is worth. Now, yes, there are, you know, crochet projects out there that really aren't worth the yarn they're made with. You know, there are projects out there like that, but, you know, not all of it. Yeah. Wanda's amazing. She can sit there on a 34-hour reset and just come up with a whole new pattern just out from the top of her head. I can't do that. You know, I can crochet the Phoenix and the Ardith and the moose blanket and those kind of things. But I'm not a designer. I don't have the mind of a designer. It's one of those courses I want to take from the American Crochet Association. The Turtle Beach blanket was just, it's a ripple blanket. Give me a break. And it was trial and error on making those turtles. That's it. It wasn't a great designing feat, let me tell you. Okay, so it's spitting snow. It's about 20 degrees out. No, I don't want the volume up. I want the brightness up is what I want. So we're still pretty much in Santa Fe. Oh, I hate getting off the pavement with this big old girl. I love gifting and I donate, but I crochet a lot and I make a lot of intricate things. I'm not going to feel guilty for wanting to sell for appropriate prices. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it does take a toll on our bodies to crochet like that. You know, I can't crochet all day, every day. You know, last night with trying to get updates on my friend in the hospital, I didn't crochet at all. And I have big knots in the webbing of my, you know, between my thumb and first finger on both hands. And I have to work those out, and it's very painful. And the, yeah, quite a difference, Marion. And the muscles, you know, in my upper back and down in between my shoulder blades, I have huge knots. My mom can stick her thumb over those knots and just like flick them, and you can hear them snap when she does that. So that's partially from driving, that's partially from crocheting. So it takes a toll on our body. And the experts, you know, they address that a lot, you know, about the physical toll it takes on our body to do these big projects or to crochet for hours. I'm supposed to be consistently working out those knots in the webbing. Thank you, Pat. Yeah, we're just gonna take it easy. You know, I'm supposed to be working out those knots. I'm supposed to be soaking my hands in hot Epsom salt water, and I'm supposed to do that 2 to 3 times a day. Well, you know, I'll be lucky if I do it once every 6 months. And I need to do that when I'm home. I should do that. Do it a couple of times while I'm home this time. Trees are so pretty. They are beautiful. I'm hoping that I'm going down this grade a little bit, that I will get below the snow line. And it just kills me that I'm leaving an hour later than I meant to because of this. You know, when it's dark, I can't tell what's going on. I still can't tell what's going on with the road surface. I can see a little bit of sanding's been done. I don't have the experience of looking at that. Let's try this. Let's see what happens. Can I stop? Yeah, feels pretty good. That was the first time that happened, Dana. Well, let me see. That happened. What I started to do was a cowl that used the same stitches as Bag of Days Bonbon hat, but my head said something else after the first single crochet row. That is awesome. Yeah, it's beautiful. I feel like the road surface is okay. I'm gonna give it, you know, I slowed down and gave it a pretty good, you know, braking action, but it's different when you're doing 60 miles an hour and you panic and hit the brakes, grab the jake, you know. I designed a blanket for my niece's wedding gift. It was knitted and full of Celtic cables all over the whole thing. 115 hours to make. 115 hours, right. That is awesome, Wanda. See, and that is, I view that, that's like true creativity. where you can bring together the mathematics of crochet and, you know, true, like, almost abstract creativity. I think that's such a beautiful thing to be able to do. Let's do this. Okay. So hopefully I'm going to get, since we're going downhill now, to my hilly low to live here in New York. Yeah. So we're going down now. Feels like everything's good. You know, I pretty much got to feel the road. And like I said, hopefully we're going to get down low enough. I don't know, looks like the snow line goes down pretty low. It's still just barely spitting snow, and it's 20, 23 degrees, somewhere in there. I don't always trust that thermostat on my dash. Be careful, Dana, watch for eyes. I'm watching, Wanda. I'm being very careful. I see there's like a strip of, like a shine in the middle, in between the tracks. So, I'm doing 48 miles an hour. Super truckers are going to come flying by me. I think I got the CV turned off. 49, I think 50 is going to be my top speed here. Gotta watch for those pockets. You know, there's areas where there's pockets of colder air and, you know, more moisture, and you're going to get a pocket of ice. So there are so many variables, and I think people just kind of drive by numbers. I know, you know, someone who said, you know what, if it says 24 on your dash, it's probably above freezing on the ground because the ground is always warmer. No, it's not. Good morning, Denny. Thank you. Thank you. I am in some pretty rough stuff. We're talking about this morning pricing our work. You know, yes, gifting is wonderful. Gifting is a wonderful thing, and I have done nothing but gifting since I pursued my trucking career. But before that, I was selling items, and I was using Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist and, you know, every online, you know, forum I could find, and I was not afraid to charge for my products. I mean, those of us who don't, you know, we're not like what I call the crochet factory person we had in town who would whip out things with big sloppy stitches as fast as she could with the cheapest yarn she could buy, and sell them at, you know, cost that was below her cost, just because, yeah, it's not something a lot of people have time for. Just because she wanted to cut everybody's prices. So it was an ego thing with her, and that's unfortunate. Where if she slowed down and did really good quality work, I'm sure she would feel better about her work and charge more. Thank you, Pat. Yeah. Well, I'm just not going to get crazy here. We're not going to get crazy. Turn on the heat a little bit more. Dooley, he's just going to take a nap. He's just going to take a nap. Yeah, because someone was saying that they wanted to charge $300 for a, was it a 52 by 52 Afghan? Heck yeah! Heck yeah! Your time is worth money. Denny, we have narrowed down the dates for the Pacific Northwest Yarny Social. Yeah, absolutely. And there's nothing evil about money. Right, Denny? So many people say, You know, and we had this conversation a few minutes ago too, that money is the root of all evil. No, it's not. No, it's not. And there's nothing wrong with making money with, you know, the works of your hands. That's Proverbs 31, right? Money is not the root of all evil. You know, and I see people say, oh, I'd never charge for my stuff. Well, that's great. There's nothing wrong with that either. Our time is worth money. However, we also have to be realistic to the people we're making things for. Not everyone's going to, right, not everybody's going to pay $300. But that doesn't mean that his Afghan isn't worth $300. And with the right, you know, market, hello Trudy, good. With the right market, there's nothing wrong with charging $300. I don't know what market he's in. I don't know how much he's considering, you know, his own time per hour to be. Because the love of money is the root of all evil. Thank you, Denny. Yes! The love of money is the root of all evil. Yes! I love it. I love when people get it right. And lately, I have seen so many TV shows where somebody said that money was the root of all evil. And I'm like, no! It's not. It's a tool. It's a fact of life, you know. Money is not evil. And making money is not evil, as long as it's done in a good, moral, ethical fashion, in a way to provide for yourself and your family. Money itself is a necessity, but the worship of money, yes, is no bueno. No bueno. Absolutely. No bueno. I love that you're all in here today. Good morning, good morning. I love that you're all in here today having this conversation about crochet. Gosh, okay, so I was going to update you guys, you know, when I cut off the live yesterday, it's because I just found out a friend of mine went to the hospital. So Russ Barron, you know, he is, you know, one of the men that keeps our little church actually going. And he's very important to our congregation. He's actually very important to the state of Idaho in his position with the state of Idaho. And so he had this surgery. Okay, and I can't remember what it's called now. Oh, good. Look what you did, Dana. Good job. He had this surgery, and I looked it up this morning. Basically, they used, like, radiation, I think, to, like charge or actually damage the muscle in one part of the heart to get the rhythm back. Oh, what is that called? I can't remember now. So he had this surgery day before yesterday. I'm going pretty slow. That truck just went around me and yeah, added more problems to my windshield, but that's okay. Yes, prayers for Russ Barron in the state of Idaho. And he, okay, so then he came home day before yesterday was the surgery where they did this. And it's basically, it's like an AFib, I think they called it, that he was in. And he was having that problem for like 6 or 8 months. I don't know how long. They kept putting off his surgery. And I'm thinking, this guy is in a life or death situation and you keep putting off his surgery, this should be a high priority in your schedule. But that's just me. I am not in the medical field. I don't understand how it works. But it's causing us all a lot of concern for him because, you know, the symptoms of this problem was taking a toll on him and his family and his job, and it was just terrible. So finally, day before yesterday, he had the surgery. Yesterday morning, they discharged him. They sent him home. So, you know, less than 24 hours. Oh, temperament. I get you, Denny. That's not what they called it. That's not what they called it. That's not the word. I'll have to look it up later on. It wasn't May's procedure. But anyway, they sent him home yesterday, and then he started having, like, he was shaking, and he was having some other symptoms that almost was like he was going into shock from what it sounded like. And Michelle called the ambulance. They took him to the local hospital, which does not have a good reputation, and we're all like, please, thank you, Kim, thank you. And Pat, his mother, you know, they took him to the local hospital, and then they immediately put him back on, you know, the ambulance and sent him to St. Luke's. Whew, yeah, good, because our local hospital does not have a good reputation. Heart ablation? That's not what it was called either, but that's closer. I'll have to look it up, because I think you're on the right track there. Yeah, oh gosh, so they took him to St. Luke's. He was in the ER. They were running tests, and we're all just sitting around, you know, and Michelle is posting, okay, we're here, we're waiting outside. You know, they would not let her in. Ridiculous. And good morning. And then they ran tests. They didn't find anything wrong. Her husband passed away. Oh my goodness. And their daughter is 4. Oh, Trudy, that's terrible. I'm so sorry. They sent him home. So it sounds, I mean, to me, you know, that's not what they called it either. That's not what they called it either. So anyway, I'll find it. Let me get on that. My mom has AFib and she has a pacemaker. Well, that's not what they did for Russ. Okay, so here's the information. For someone who underwent an ablation, ablation, is the name of the procedure. Ablation. Yeah. Ablation is the procedure he had for like an AFib situation where his heart was beating irregularly, and they did this ablation to fix it. This ablation procedure. ablation. Oh, 5 years against cancer. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. I'm sorry. Yes, ablation is the procedure. You had that done last March, Tammy. And how did you come out of it? Was it rough, you know, getting the rest you needed afterwards? Because they're saying that, you know, Russ is going to be very tired. Well, he was tired already. He was in bad shape before he had this done, and they kept putting it off. Oh, we're like, do it already. Ablation. I'm sorry if I didn't read that right. It's an ablation procedure. You guys know your medical terms way better than I do. I didn't have to stay overnight or anything. Oh, well, they kept him overnight and let him go yesterday morning, and by afternoon they had called the ambulance. Part is she has an irregular heartbeat, but I don't know what they did for procedures on her. Okay, yeah. See, you guys know more medical procedures and terminology than I do. That's for sure. Absolutely, not me. So anyway, he was shaking and he had some other, I think he was short of breath, something. It was almost like he was going into shock. He could have passed some calcium and had a mini stroke, which is common. Thank you for some insight. I appreciate that. But they, would that have come up in the tests that they would have run? Because they were running tests and they didn't find anything wrong. And of course, like I said, this is second and third hand information. That they ran these tests, didn't find anything wrong, and they sent him home. And that scares me because, well, what did you miss? What did you miss here? So anyway, we had people all over the country, all over several countries, thanks to you all, praying for Russ and his family, and especially his mom, Pat, who lost her husband to heart surgery in Seattle. They want his body to kick in and work. Okay. Even, with my layman mind, that makes sense to me. So, no updates from his wife on Facebook. So, I'm assuming, at this point, does your phone read the chat to you? No, I glance over. I look at it, Denny. I have, we're trained to do a sweeping, and I can glance safely, legally. Even DOT says it's legal. I'm not doing anything dangerous. I promise you. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not doing anything dangerous or illegal. I would not put my baby in danger. Oh yeah, we're getting lower, and but like if I'm driving and I'm in a live chat, it's all done by voice. All done by voice. And I'm sure there are many in the YouTube community who are spreading, ideas that I'm doing something wrong. I love that. Are we talking about, multitasking? Yes. I'm sure there are plenty of my enemies in the YouTube who are spreading, this idea that I'm doing something awful and illegal, and yeah. Well, you're gonna have to deal with a whole bunch of other truckers out there doing that. I appreciate that, Danny, because you have a loving spirit. You have a loving, caring heart. And I have no doubts that that little group of that coven is spreading that kind of information. No doubt. Yeah, we're still spitting snow. Fuel and Def is good. I just filled up in Albuquerque yesterday. We're gonna make it. Thank you, Kim. Wow, what a pretty sight up here. You see the sun? I know, Tammy, I know. Backhoes and swamps. That's right! We know people who operate backhoes and people who have access to swampland. Kevin. I'm in too good of a mood to worry about what those people think. So look at how pretty that is with the sun coming through the clouds, a little bit of spitting snow. Everything looks so beautiful. Beautiful right now. It's gorgeous. According to my truck, it's 27 degrees out. Spitting snow. The pavement looks good. We're good. We are good. We have hundreds of caretakers watching. Thank you, Pat. I appreciate that. I am definitely trying not to get sucked into this war. Doesn't that look amazing? I love it. I've been chewed up by that coven. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So some of you emailed me and I did not get back to you. I'm sorry. I was dealing with, trying to get the information on Russ. When I got parked last night, I was so worried. I cried a little bit. We lost a foot of snow in the past 2 days. Just need to lose the last foot. Oh, good. Good. The only time I like snow is when I don't have to be anywhere. And I'm cozy in wherever my home has been. I used to get snowed in sometimes for a week or so at my place in Colorado. Lorelei, and I'm not very good at not doing that. Thank you, Denny. I love you for saying that. Thank you. I do fail at rising above many, many times. Last night, after I have trouble rising above and just letting it go. I have to rant and rave and get through it, And last night I made a couple of posts, 2 posts, one on my community tab and one on someone else's. That probably wasn't so much rising above. But it felt good to do it. It felt good to do it. And then I'm like, okay, Dana, stop. Let it go. It's out there. You've said it. Even if you delete it, it's still, somebody has read it. It's already out there. God knows you wrote it. And so I left it. And I left YouTube. I got off of YouTube. So Denny, that warms my heart to hear that from you. You are such a beautiful, godly woman. I tried, and I fail a lot, Denny, but the great thing is grace. Yes, I'm on I-25 northbound in New Mexico, so I still have to cross over Raton Pass. So yes, Danny, I do struggle with it, but thankfully there's grace and I'm allowed to come back. Danny! You know what? You're a grown-up and you can decide what to eat for breakfast. I know, and yep, I've made that mistake. Not today, Satan! Not today! Get away from me, Satan, because Jesus Christ is on my side. I struggle with it every hour. And I mean that. Not every day, every hour. Being a truck driver. Being a truck driver, I struggle. And you know what? I think that one of the most important things to do is to continue to struggle and not give in to those desires to be vengeful or, to lower myself to their level. I would like red velvet cake for breakfast, and I want lots of frosting. Lots of frosting. Sent me home with a red velvet cake, so I mean, yeah. Oh, toaster strudels. I had an omelet. A bacon, ham, and sausage omelet with extra American cheese. Yeah, that's wasting food. I know some of these lives I go into, they have like scowls on their faces, and it's like, hello, let's, yeah, I have my emotional outbursts and that kind of thing, but for the most part, let's be happy. Let's talk about crochet and red velvet cake and all of that stuff. Dessert for breakfast. Yeah, because if you're grown up, you can decide what to eat. Work's third shift and brought me donuts and coffee from Dunkin'. Occasionally I treat myself to, like, I will order a dozen, like, the fancy donuts from Voodoo Donuts and give it to the shop. But I will also order myself what they call a buttermilk bar. So if you look up on Google an old-fashioned buttermilk bar, they are amazing. That is my favorite donut of all time, and I will just sit there and savor that, and then I go on. Okay, Lisa, I'm sorry you have to go do the adult thing. I'm so sorry. Trying to untangle yarn from my curl. Paula, I have to do that for some of the yarn that I frogged on Aunt Martha's blanket. Now, I did some of it the other night and got it all ball. Said that chocolate cake is the suitor. He did. He said there's eggs in it. I mean, you're having eggs for breakfast. Yeah, they forget to talk about yarn or crochet. Buttermilk bar, that sounds super sinful. Absolutely, Camille. Absolutely it is. And, oh, I love them. They are my favorite donut of all time. And the earlier in the morning you get one, the more mouth-watering they are and melt in your mouth. And you eat that while drinking a cup of coffee, and it is, and then you crochet. I can't even crochet while I'm eating one of those because I'm like it almost makes my eyes water. It is so amazing. Yeah, and true love, if you truly love someone like the Lord, it's like, you deny your own will to teach them a lesson, or, get a little payback, to make comments that you shouldn't make. If you truly love them, then you fight those desires and you overcome them for that love of the Lord. And I lose that battle and I break his heart a lot. I'm so sorry, Father. But little by little, the strength comes. What are a buttermilk bar is an old-fashioned buttermilk bar is a donut, and it is done in the shape of a bar, and it has just the lightest little bit of some kind of frost on the top. Yeah, doesn't pay any attention to the chat. Yeah, they make your spirit sick. Grandma used to take me to the early in the morning, right when they were coming out of the cooler. And oh, yes. Isn't that great, Paula? Yeah. Of course, one, bite of something like that knocks me out of the metabolic state that I'm in now, that uses fat storage as fuel other than blood sugar. A soft answer turns away wrath. Absolutely. And I forget that. I obviously forgot that last night. I mean, I didn't attack anybody, but I made my point, I guess. Good for me. Yippee. And making that point is not a step to get me into heaven, that's for sure. Wow, I see some clouds coming all the way to the ground over there. All the way down to the earth. So that's not going to be fun. The snow's getting a little heavier. Yes, they took him by ambulance. They got him over to St. Luke's. They ran some tests. They didn't find anything wrong, and they sent him home. And as far as I know, I haven't heard anything about how he's doing this morning. But I did send a message to his mom, and I said, Pat, I love you, and I'm praying, and I'm on my way home. It's going to take me 2 to 3 days to get there. And, through this little scare, I got to talk to a good friend of mine that I haven't spoke to in a couple of years. I mean, occasionally a text, but I actually got to talk to her on the phone. I'm like, oh, it is so good to hear your voice. I haven't talked to you in so long. Big sticks are made for corrections. And I talked to another friend, her and her husband was the preacher at her church for quite a few years. His foolishness is found in a heart of a child, but the rod of correction drives it away. Hi, Ida. Thank you, Ida. We're trying to stay safe in the snow here. So the freeway turned, and that area where there's obviously a storm coming all the way down to the ground. Let me see if I can turn you guys. It's over there. See that? See how that cloud, it's coming down almost like a tornado looks. But I'm sure it's just a storm, like there's a storm. Look at right, where are we at? Right there. See that? That's the edge of that storm. That's crazy. That's cray-cray. But up ahead of me, I see lighter skies. So thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. It amazes me that he keeps me so safe, because I could not do this job without him. I can't do anything just, relying on my own power. Holy cow, because I screw things up. Ugh. Can we see the stormtrooper in the mirror? Some people think that little fender mirror shows like the face of a stormtrooper. And I have not moved that mirror, so I do. I have all of that. Do you ever drive truck on the East Coast state? My wishful thinking is that, you know what, I have. This is my third trucking company, and the first one, May Trucking, we took refrigerated loads coast to coast. My first time driving in the snow. Okay, Chris, enjoy that movie. It is Saturday. And my second company, they were supposed to have me coast to coast. I think I went to Florida twice with that company, and mostly they had me running up and down I-5, and I got sick of it. You can see the stormtrooper face in that mirror. Okay. Yeah, so, you know, one time I actually went into the Northeast, a quick trip, and then they had me out of there right away. I would like to have spent more time there and got to meet up with more of you. I did meet up with Crystal from Coffee, Crochet, and Cuddles in Connecticut. But that was just one time. Yeah, night transportation sent me to Florida twice and to the Northeast once. And that was my first time to the Northeast. That was quite a trip. I know, wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? Yay. Good morning, good morning. I'm sure that isn't Richard. We're going pretty slow, 56 miles an hour. Okay, but it looks like it kind of clears up ahead of us a little bit. I'm not sure I'm going to make it to my customer by the time they're done at 1600, which is 4 p.m. We aren't going to talk about that meetup. Oh, honey. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You know, Crystal came down and just met me for a few minutes at truck stop, and then, you know, I was gone. I'm sorry, Denny. That was in Connecticut. I did take that load up to Chicopee, Massachusetts, but it was just dropping the truck. The timing doesn't work out. Yeah, I really wish the sun would come up. A little bit inside the lane is that I would love to meet up with you. Oh my goodness. Wow. So would love to meet up with you. A little more omelet. Buffering for, yeah, I was offline. Well, the weather's not like it was in California, I'm telling you that. It's just the opposite. We're back to the stuff I've been dealing with all winter. Pretty good omelet, even though I have to dodge the slivers of hash browns that I asked for them not to put hash browns in there. And you know what? I don't understand why some cooks can't get their heads around that. I said no toast and hash browns. And I know the guy who took my order conveyed that message to the cook, but yet I have to work around the hash browns. You know, I threw away the big bulk of them, but there's still, you know, just that much starch could really mess up the metabolic state that I'm in for losing weight. You know, I did get some avocado, and they did not like giving me the avocado as a substitute. They don't like doing that. I'm sorry, but I'm paying full price for the omelet with no sides. I'd like a little avocado with it, which is the superfruit. Super healthy, super good stuff. Oh, and that avocado is so good. Oh my goodness. He said next time they wouldn't do that. And it's not like I was, demanding or anything. I just said, hey, instead of potatoes and toast and all that, could I just have some avocado on the side? And when he handed me the bag, he says, just so you know, next time we will not substitute the avocado for the toast. Okay. Say yes to the avocado. I love me some avocado. Yeah, it's pretty. A lot of geomagnetic storms lately. I wonder if that has a lot to do with, I don't know. I have no idea. No clue. I only see that kind of stuff in movies. I have no idea if that's real science. Oh yeah, we've got some ice on the road. Even that CRST who just passed me, he's like, oops. Now he's slowing down. Let's shut that buzzer off again. I think it stays off for like 15 minutes. I had protein pancakes cooked in coconut oil, seasoned with cinnamon and almond, topped with keto maple syrup. Wonderful. Wonderful. So how are we doing on the 50 Gone by 2024? Those of you who are joining in. 6.5 pounds gone by March 31st. That's the goal. So I'm going to be weighing myself when I go in to take a shower when I get home. So Wednesday, I'll be weighing myself. After almost just under a month of being good, being on the wagon as far as food goes. I don't drink, but to me it's like being clean and sober, because one bite of, one of my buttermilk donuts knocks me out of that weight loss metabolic state. And okay, Stephanie, and that's the thing, you just keep trying, right? You just keep going back to it. Instead of butter and margarine on well, see, I don't like margarine because it causes cancer, but butter, I'll eat butter all day long. No bread though. But when I say that, I'm not putting you down. Everybody has their own nutritional needs. Yes, they do. Absolutely. I am a firm believer in a ketogenic diet because that is what has always worked for me. So that means no sugar, flour, or starch. So no potatoes, no bread, no sugar. And sugar is sugar, whether it's fructose or glucose or lactose. It all affects, it's all part of the glycemic index. How it affects blood sugar is the point. So when I put myself in a metabolic state where my body is using fat storage as energy, then I'm a 24/7 fat burning machine. Now that fat burning mechanism doesn't work as quickly as it used to because I'm 52 years old. 53, I'm sorry, I keep saying 52. I had a birthday a while back and I keep forgetting that I'm 53. But yeah, so it affects blood sugar enough that it takes me out of that metabolic state. So I can't eat bread, can't eat pasta, anything like that. And margarine is just plain poison. So yeah, a lot of butter, a lot of fats, a lot of meats, a lot of avocado, lettuce, broccoli, cauliflower, that kind of stuff I can have. Full fat dressings when I use dressings. Same way with mayonnaise. Is like, yo, I'm done. I know! Isn't it terrible? I remember on a Monday morning, my freshman year in high school, I knew that on Saturday and Sunday, I had 2 kilograms in 2 weeks, no bread and plenty of water and fresh fruit. Fasting 1 day a week. That is wonderful, Paula. I can't do the fruit because, you know, of the fructose and how it affects that ketosis, that metabolic state. But I'm glad that you can, because I do enjoy fruit. When I do start adding fruit back into my diet, it has to be berries, right? Yeah, my metabolism. So I was saying, you know, on a Monday morning, I didn't like what the scale said on Monday morning. And I lost 10 pounds that week because I had a high school rodeo that weekend. And I was not going to that high school rodeo weighing what I did. But had a fall yesterday and ended up with bacon. Oh, honey, Cheryl. I reached for the chocolate. I get ya. Wow, look at the road right here. This is fun. Not. Yeah, this is a sheet of ice. Holy cow. I'm not that heavy. Lighter trailer means more sliding. So far, so good. Yeah, I don't like this, and I may not make it to my delivery. I'm gonna have to call, you know, whoever's working this weekend and tell them. I'll have to tell Jeff. Winter driving conditions, use caution. Wet, icy roads may exist. Thanks for the heads up. It should have been like 20 miles ago. Cheryl, I'm sorry you went through that. Yeah, that's right. If I don't feel safe, I won't do it. But going slow, I'm fine. Yeah. Yeah, Gil. Just taking it easy, and then it's like we cross a line, and all of a sudden we have like a little bit of bare pavement to stick to. It's weird. Did we just cross a county line or something? I'm very stiff and sore today. I had to glue my finger together, but I'm still crocheting. Oh, she's dedicated. That is dedication. Yeah, I would put like one of those finger cots over my finger and probably continue to crochet until I couldn't stand it anymore. It is a bad idea in traffic, in rain, and in ice and snow. It's not a good idea. You need to do this with the pedal. You need to have, you know, kind of a feel. You need to feel the road. I think the thermometer on my dash is stuck at 23 degrees, so I'm not sure I believe that. Let's see what weather says. What does that say? Well, nope, it says 19 degrees where I'm at. In Las Vegas, I'm in Vegas, but I'm in Vegas, Las Vegas, New Mexico, and not Las Vegas, Nevada. Las Vegas National Wildlife Refuge. See, there are a lot of things along this part of New Mexico that I would like to explore with the yarn bus. Oh, we got some fuzzy ponies out there just standing around. cuddling up. So today's the 12th. So it'll probably be around the 15th of this month or later that I get myself on the scales. And I haven't been on the scales since the 20th. It's good you are taking it slow. I am not a fan of driving, and yeah, I don't like that. I don't take any chances. Some guys, you know, like I say, they kind of drive by the numbers. If it says this, then it's this and this and this. And you know what? None of those are hard and fast rules. I grew up in the Columbia River Gorge, and what a mess that was in the wintertime. And how it would change every, you know, like 100 feet. You know, I could be, you know, just running on a good sticky, you know, part of the pavement in between the ice and snow, you know, that track, but that can change at any second. Yes, Betty. I went to Chicopee and, you know, dropped that trailer and grabbed it empty, and I ran for, you know, I went back to Connecticut, I think it was. Yeah, Connecticut. There was a truck stop down there. Good morning, Nadine. Yes, it is beautiful here. This is northern New Mexico and Interstate 25. We are rolling for Colorado, but I don't think I'm going to make an on-time delivery. I need to call Jeff and say, hey, Jeff, guess what? My ETA is out the window, Bubba. But I would be willing, you know, if the roads aren't too bad up in Denver with this storm that came in, you know, to take this load in the morning and go deliver. If I'm, you know, too late to deliver today, then I would, you know, I'd even spend the night at the back of their store. I should just call the customer and ask them, hey, if I don't make it by 4 o'clock this afternoon, you know, how do you feel about, you know, taking it, doing the swap tomorrow? And then I could call Jeff, and who is overwhelmed, and say, hey, talk to the customer. I'm doing 43 miles an hour right now through New Mexico, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'll have to do that. Once I get over Raton Pass, maybe I'll make that phone call. Are we talking about cows or goats, Cheryl? I used to think I wanted to have a couple of milking goats. Like I would, you know, have a nanny goat and, you know, raise a wether and then sell the wether, milk the, you know, milk the nanny. My daddy worked his truck for Pepsi and then for Crowley delivering milk. I remember bringing home crates of, oh, how cool is that? He was the milkman. I wish we still had fresh milk delivery. How cool would that be? Milking her sickness for all she can. Oh my goodness. Oh, sympathy, Cheryl. Oh my goodness. See, I missed that conversation somewhere. I get it. My husband has been very attentive today. Well, good for him. What did Buck Brannaman said that he was watching? Buck Brannaman is a world famous, amazing horse trainer. And one time he was saying, he goes, you know, Oprah, I was watching Oprah Winfrey one time. He goes, I'm not sure I should admit that, but I was watching Oprah one day, and she said that running the vacuum cleaner in front of your wife was like an aphrodisiac. And he kind of grins, he looks down at the ground and goes, I guess I'll try anything once. I love Buck. Buck is great. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. So Watrous is 16 miles, Wagon Mound 40, and we got 102 miles to Raton. So Raton Pass is going to be one of the high elevation areas. The other area is going to be Monument Hill, just north of Colorado Springs, and Monument Hill can be a nightmare. Just mentioning Monument Hill kind of makes me ache a little bit for my place, my 35-acre place out in El Paso County, because Monument Hill, oh, I'm sure it's open. I'm sure it is. Monument Hill was where County Line Road is, and it was the line between El Paso County and Douglas County. And I lived out in El Paso County, and that's the way I would come home if I came down I-25 from Castle Rock or the Denver area. Oh, those days. Oh my goodness. Lived on 35 acres. I was training horses. My husband was working overseas. I had my puppy. I was kind of living the life. Wasn't making a lot of money training horses, but that's because I would only take in so many at a time. And I had like a horse training partner, Dan Frazier. He trained a couple on my place. A couple of other gals that I had come in and, worked some horses. Yeah. Yeah, kind of sad that they came to an end, but it's like, it was like any other change, major change that happened in my life. God saw me through it, and I knew that it was going to be hard, but that, that I would come out on the other side okay. And you know what? I came out better. Whoop, whoop! Gonna be 60. Whoop, whoop. I know. They have more confidence in their driving ability than I have in their driving ability. Oh my goodness. Don't feel it, thanks goodness. All right, well, my mom is in her 70s and she is still a very competitive barrel racer. $352 airport. Really? Where's this airport you speak of? Because I see nothing like that. Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel 52. I think in my mind I'm more in my early 40s at the most. It is wonderful. So happy birthday in advance, because you know I'm gonna forget. Where is this airport you speak of? Blue skies up ahead, that's right. And the temp just dropped off my dash down to 22 degrees. And there's like one path going up the freeway. Never mind 2 lanes, we have one path. Yeah, I'm gonna need to call the customer. And if it wasn't for the fact that they have, so the store that I'm going to that I have to deliver at, of course, you know, where they have me drop the trailer is in the back. So, yeah, it's pretty flat. Lots of hills and trees. Yeah, we will transition into that, and then we'll come back to this, and, you know, it'll just go back and forth. Oh, I see roping steers over there on the right. Huh, that's interesting. So, 53 in Massachusetts today. Ah, that's nice, Denny. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, the store. So what I do is I pull up to the back of the store and I call the manager, and the manager comes out and takes the kingpin lock off of the trailer. They put a kingpin lock so nobody can back up under that trailer and steal it. They also keep a lock on the back doors so none of the people living in the median area behind the store get into the back of those trailers, even when they're empty. You know, they'll go in there and sleep. So I can't just pull up. So what I do is I call the manager just as I'm pulling up. Manager comes out and takes those locks off the trailer. I drop this trailer up out of the way. Then I grab that trailer and move it out onto the side street. Then I go back and hook up to this trailer and I back it into that spot so that they can later on unload it. And then I go get the empty trailer and I leave. Well, because of those locks, I can't just show up after hours. Plus, I need the manager to sign my copy of the paperwork to show that they received the loaded trailer. So unfortunately, you know, we can't just do that. So I have to be there when the manager is there to take care of all these steps. Yep, I see some blue skies ahead. I'd like to get out of this, you know, 1-lane track on the freeway. Smoky Mountains, Tennessee or South Carolina? Oh, good question. 51 now, high of 54. Tonight will be 24. That'll be chilly. Chilly, chilly, chilly. Chilly, chilly. Tennessee, okay. My place in El Paso County, it was 35 acres, and the highest point was around 7,000 feet elevation. My house was around 6,800. So we had to use a special formula, a special technique to boil eggs. I border Tennessee, North Carolina, Kentucky, and Virginia. Nice. I was watching a video this morning, just part of it for a few minutes, and it was about life in the U.S. -10 in Minnesota. Amy, I've driven in Minnesota in the wintertime, and that place is awful. Those roads are, like this, only worse. So anyway, I was watching this video on what life was like here in this country in, like the year 1800 or the early 1800s. Some of the comments I saw were so ridiculous. They were so wrong. They were so horrible. And anyway, one part of it was about making, lye soap. About taking the ash and doing the process and end up making yourself lye soap. And somebody said, wouldn't it be great if people still made soap like this today? And I'm like, okay, I'm out. Because people do make lye soap today. Yeah, most of the time we buy the lye, already processed. Not many people. Yeah, I make lye soap. I do. I make a cold process lye soap, and I love it. I do in-home childcare. I don't have to go anywhere. If we need anything, my hubby will stop after work and get it. Generally, I only go. Yeah, I like that. I don't process it out of the ashes of the fireplace, but there are people. Oh, do you make it from ashes? See, people do still make this. Yes, they do. And right here we have someone who makes lye soap from ashes, from fireplace ashes. Yes. Do you render your own lard, or what do you use for the oils? I'm a modern day cold process, both ways. See, I'm a modern day cold process soap maker, so I buy all that off of, websites like Brambleberry. I don't have ashes. Do you ladies watch Townsend's on YouTube? I love watching it, all about 18... Oh, that sounds like a good thing. Mexican lard. See? Amazing. And I'm like, so when I saw that comment, I'm like, wow. People are so out of touch. They are just so out of touch. I drive truck all day long. I'm still a cold process lye soap maker. I've never used lard for, I've used the oils off of Brambleberry, but I think it'd be wonderful to make a lye soap with lard. I use lard to season my cast iron pan. That's a thing in my life. I use ghee to season my meats here on the truck, to marinate them in, just a little bit of the ghee and some seasoning. Oh, the chicken I cooked last night, oh my goodness. When it comes to the NICRA, they can't believe that it's a big business. Yeah, yep. So here comes another trucker. I'm going to get over into the rough stuff here and let him go by. Jeez, dude! Get in your own lane! Wow, no turn signal, nothing. Go back to the East Coast. Wow. I've got about 40 bars left to get me by. I make lavender lye soap, and it's so silky. So I'm getting ready to make a Bastille baby soap using lavender and cedar wood essential oils. Very light scented, because my friend Pollyanna doesn't like a heavy scent, and she's got grandbabies popping out left and right, so she wants a baby soap. Jen? Well, it's like, where do you come from? Where you take your half out of the middle when I'm moving over as best I can, and you don't even use turn signals. you know, because you're above all that. I don't know. Maybe they just come, maybe he's coming from California. And you want to go 60 miles an hour on a road that looks like this? Good luck to you, Bubba. And you know what? He'll probably make it. He will probably make it without a problem. But my luck, I know, if I went any faster, I'd end up in the ditch. That guy will get lucky and he'll get to where he's going. That's true. Oh my goodness, this road. And it's rough. Oh yeah. Well, it's rough in New Mexico. It's rough in Arizona. It's rough in southern Colorado. It is so rough. The ghee spray, where did I find that? I found ghee spray, and then I also found it in a jar. Yeah, they do affect me, but I'll do my best to stay over. I only have so much room in this lane before you drop down into something that will make me jackknife. You know, I got over in my lane. I got low in my lane, and he came along on the dotted line. Aldi sells ghee. So where was I? I think I was at Albertsons when I found it. I don't know, Cuppy. Some states I have noticed, some states are worse than others. Yeah. I would like to drive in Canada in the summertime. I would love that. I'd love to go over there, do some exploring. That's what I want to do. I want to explore in the, see, that guy's clear over in his lane. He's a super trucker, though. He is so heavy. I bet you that guy is overweight with those big round bales of hay, which weigh like, they can weigh like 1,400 pounds a piece. But I bet he will never hit a weigh station on his, yeah, I found the spray and the jar at Albertsons right there in Emmett. Which is technically now Albertsons / Safeway. Because Albertsons bought Safeway and now they're the same. They're the same. Well, according to the store clerk, Albertsons bought Safeway. And in my experience, yeah, the weigh stations will be closed. So going to be here in spirit. Okay, cuppies. I'm a different driver than my husband. He could do donuts and ice and probably survive. But if I see snow and ice on the road, I'm like, nope, not today, Satan. Yeah. So that guy's carrying, I don't know how many, you know, anywhere from 14 to 2,400 pound round bales of hay. It just depends on the density of them. You know, they can weigh 2,500 pounds a piece. And I don't know how many of them he's got on that trailer, but that guy is flying. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, the road did something weird there. Like, I'm getting over as far as I can, but omelets with ham, green onions, cheddar cheese. Oh, yeah. Let's go sledding, yeah. Hello, Susan. Hello, hello. I would love to take the yarn bus and go explore in Canada and Alaska. I don't blame you, Denny. Sometimes, like today, I wish I didn't drive. I wish. 10 semis in the ditch. Yep. Oh. I thought commercial laundry soap is actually a detergent, which is different than soap. I prefer to use the SA8, which is mostly washing soda. Yep, see, yeah. I see beautiful blue sky, and then I see a line of low clouds way out there. So that might, I don't know what that's all about. But for now, we have 16 degrees and sunny. I think that's a huge contender for where I want to retire, South Dakota. I always think it's Southwest Nebraska, Northeastern Wyoming, Eastern Montana. They're a mirage. Okay, you see nothing. You see nothing. Has anyone seen the new movie, Disney movie, Encanto? Nope. I like Dumbo and Robin Hood. I like Song of the South. Just because I love the music. I love the music in Song of the South. You're trying to help. I see nothing. All I see is blue, clear, sunny skies all the way and clear roads. I see nothing. Yeah, I don't see that big old low cloud over there. Hello, Kim. My son's chicken wings to tomorrow. Oh, I see. Yeah, they needed some chicken wings. We all need chicken wings. What is that song? Hot dog in the morning. That's Dooley's song. Give me chicken wings, hot dog in the morning. Dooley likes chicken wings and hot dogs and hanging with his homie. Nothing but blue skies. My daughter wants a poncho like the one in the movie. It is done. If I don't have to put a hood on it, I don't want to. Oh. See, now that's interesting. Crocheting what we see. You know, like that 70s show, didn't they have a crochet blanket on the back of the couch that everybody wanted to do? And then we see, you know, Call the Midwife, and oh, we need that blanket. Beautiful blue skies coming my way. All the shows, yes. Oh, and what's her name was doing the doing a crocheted version of the Longmire blanket. Oh, I love that Longmire blanket. I didn't do the crochet along for the blanket. It is looking a little better, a little bit. Nothing but blue skies. All be fun. Montrose Valley Ranch Performance Quarter Horses. Oh, and there they are. High dollar quarter horses. Kinda clear, kinda, somewhat clearer than some of those places you guys are in, I'm sure. Pick it up a little bit. I noticed that last guy who passed me isn't going balls to the wall like he was. That was a long time in the making, was it? Okay. Really gonna miss rolling in the grass. I know, it's gonna be a while. About crochet and TV and movies, yes. She's amazing. And then there was what was it? Somebody asked me this question about the shawl that one woman was wearing in the movie called The Christmas Candle. And whether or not it was knitted or crocheted. And I can't remember the whole conversation as it went. But then I had to go look up the movie, The Christmas Candle, and this woman was wearing a shawl. Hello, Susan. I don't even remember who asked me the question, but somebody wanted to make that shawl. I was like, wow, you need to ask a more experienced crocheter than I am. Someone who has a better eye for picking that out. I think it was knitted, but I'm not positive. I'd have to go back and watch that scene again. It was a woman standing at the door. She had her hair up in a bun and she was wearing a shawl. I can picture her. And the color of the shawl, it seems like it was a very neutral color. Brain dead today. Good morning, Joyce. We are trying to make it into Brighton, Colorado for delivery, but because I'm having to go so slow, I don't think I'm going to make it within the time that I have left on my 70. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Slow because of bad road conditions here. So I'm speeding up a little bit because things are improving a bit. My dash says it's 22 degrees out. I doubt it. Let's see. Oh, it was 19 degrees back in Las Vegas, New Mexico. Well, here it's 18 degrees. And my dash says 21. Huh. See, that truck was going just as slow as I am. Going the other direction. A little bit of clouds. Kind of, over to the east it's like blue and clear. Over to the north and west, lots of clouds. Well, northern New Mexico, it's usual for this part. Not as much adulting on wheat, so crochet and knit. Here I come. Yeah. It gets way cold here in northern New Mexico. Way cold. Oh yeah, we're not talking about, down south on Interstate 10 going through those parts of New Mexico. Oh no, this is a completely different climate. loud. Completely different. Yeah, southern New Mexico. Well, even like Flagstaff, Arizona, that area yesterday, it never got very warm. In Raton Pass, we hit 12 inches of snow in 3 hours. That's right. That is right. Raton Pass and Monument Hill are two pretty treacherous places along I-25. On some pork rinds. I got one bag of pork rinds yesterday at the truck stop in Albuquerque where I got fuel. And they only had, they had the hot and spicy, and they had some flavors that I don't like. They had one bag of plain, which I got, and they had no barbecue. Barbecue obviously is the favorite. Ran out of rinds? Oh my goodness. I use this. I buy a lot of these Turkey Creek, but I also like, sometimes at Walmart they'll have Max, M-A-C, Max brand. That sounds good. I like eating them with some cream cheese or some ranch dip or some blue cheese. But mostly I just eat them plain. They're a road munchie. Ugh. We haven't gone very far today, in an hour and a half. Okay, Denny. Yeah, fix your shawl. And I also use the plain, like I'll just barely kind of crumble them up in my hand, and I'll throw them in my bacon grease or my sausage grease in the morning and kind of fry them up. And that's my substitute for hash browns. Oh, those are so good. Bacon and eggs. You went safely though, yeah. I love that. I also do a pork rind turkey stuffing. Bacon, yeah. I have also rolled these out, or, put them in the grinder and, got it into a powder fine state and dipped like chicken into egg and then rolled it in these pork rinds and fried them up. Or baked them. Whoa, hello. Hello. That suddenly changed. My bare pavement turned into ice. I was, I would dip it in the egg and then I'd roll it in the ground pork rinds. Yeah, it was awesome. I've done it with pork chops. Just the pork rinds themselves is pretty boring, so I put in, seasonings. I'll put in paprika and, some poultry seasoning or whatever. When I do it as pork rind stuffing, it has ground Italian sausage, button mushrooms, It has, all those, no, there's no fog. It has all those seasonings that you use in turkey. It's not time for lunch. Stop talking! But yeah, I'll use all those, same seasonings that you'll find in, most stuffing mixes. I usually have those on hand, and yeah. That's my turkey stuffing. It is so good. With crumbs, Parmesan cheese, garlic, and parsley. So like breadcrumbs. See, and that's where I'll substitute the plain pork rinds, and these pork rinds have a really good flavor to them. Some of those bacons, those taste like plastic to me. I like Max, and I like Turkey Creek. And it seems like there was a a little higher end brand there at the Seven Feathers Casino on the truck stop side. When I stopped there, there was a brand, I can't even remember the name of them now. Those were pretty good. Uh-oh, we got a convert. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh, Raggy. Oh yeah, and here's where the winds start. Yeah, you got the wind pushing you around. I make a mean homemade sausage seasoning for our ground venison. Hubby's harvested. Yes, yes. Boy, my mom could take a venison steak and marinate it and broil it, and it comes out so tasty and tender. Oh my goodness. That woman knows how to cook venison, that is for sure. Of course, she had to, because my dad was hunting a lot of deer back in the day. There was a lot of venison in the freezer. And elk. And she learned from my grandmother. My grandmother knew how to cook venison. Okay, yes, jump, jump, jump around. Have a good time. Oh, yeah. Man, when they're cooked right, oh, they're mouth-watering. Oh, so tender and so tasty. Go to some wild meat kind of restaurant and they blow it. They just take a tenderizing hammer to them, they beat them to death, and then they bread them in some breading and, fry them, and it's still tough. Look at all these pastures. I mean, a lot of people look out on there and they say, oh, there's nothing out here. What that is it's pasture. It's, feed for cattle. And they move them around to different seasoned and cooked just right. That's right. So they move them around to different pastures. And, it's pasture management. You have to manage the grasses and what's available as feed to your cattle. So they move them around. Right now I don't see which pastures actually have cattle in them. They've moved them around. These are pretty large ranches, some of them. You know what? We were talking about, the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. Of course, my mind immediately goes to making life soap. But those of you who watch the Mountain Men, hello. Eustis in North Carolina, all you have to do is, go into Google Maps and look up Turtle Island in North Carolina, and it'll bring up his place. These poor guys, I bet they get lots of stalkers, and people who invade their privacy. I mean, it's bad enough that I looked it up on Google Maps, but that was just a curiosity. But, geez, dude, at least he finally got over. I don't think I've looked up any of the others. Like, what difference does it make? But it was kind of interesting to look up Turtle Island on Google Maps. Just so you guys know, you can look that up. Cheryl, what time are you making that? Because we all want to be there for it. Rosemary is here. I don't know. Those guys have to haul horses in bad weather in order to, make the money they need to make for the year. Like if they're competing, maybe they're team ropers and they have to compete, starting in the winter, and get as much money as they can earn by the time September comes around. He has chased them. Yes, he has. I've seen him. They've shown him. A lot of that stuff is so dramatized, though. I mean, when they're sneaking through the woods and the camera is in front of them, hello, that's been staged and set up. When they're following them, yes. When the camera is following them through the brush, that's different. But when the camera is ahead of them, hello. Or the camera, gets a side shot of him and Preston before Preston died, of them running through the brush. You got to remember where the camera placement is. Okay, Gina. Okay. Yeah. Kim. And sometimes I forget, and I'm like, wow, interesting, story. And then I remember, oh wait, the camera is in front of them. Hello. That was totally set up. It's when, like, Eustace got a concussion. To me, from what I remember of that, I was kind of falling asleep at the time, but the camera angle wasn't very good on that. So that was a real deal. Eustace did definitely, they didn't actually catch all the action of him getting that concussion and hurting himself. So to me, that says that shot was more real. And I could not believe, when I watched the last episode of the one season, and in the credits it said, "In loving memory of Preston," and I'm like, what? No, not Preston. And then the first episode of the next season shows, Eustace kind of paying tribute to Preston, and we hear about, what happened. Not Preston. You can ship some of that. You just mail some of that to us here in the States when you make that, because I haven't made that since I lived on my place out there in El Paso County. That was good stuff. Oh my goodness. Okay, turn down the heat, Dana. It's getting a little warm in here. Oh, easy, easy, Rhoda. Ugh, my windshield is just awful. I'm gonna have to add fluid probably when I get to the yard in Denver. We'll see how much is in there. Yay! What are you doing? Are you going yard shopping? Okay. And that car has Montana plates. Turn that down. Heading to Denver, Rosemary. Heading to Denver. Oh, now that's fun, Stephanie. Have a good time with that. Oh my goodness, that is fun. So fun to go dream and covet just a little bit. I like going to the RV shows. I haven't done that in many years, but those are fun to go look and imagine yourself out in the middle of nowhere, you know, spending a couple days in one of those things and sitting outside and going for walks with your puppy. Home shows are fun, fun, fun. RV shows are fun. Okay, I'm slowing down so you can go by, dude. Just because you drive a four-wheel drive doesn't make you bulletproof, dude. Oh my goodness, I bet you're just on pins and needles waiting. I wouldn't mind some areas of northern New Mexico either, but... Okay, Michelle. Okay, there's some cattle. They got them out on this pasture. Yep, definitely. I bet you are, Stephanie. This guy's a little better. He's not going crazy. He's not going crazy. So we have, what do we have out here? Black Angus and Red Angus, looks like. Might be a little Charlotte mixed in there. Good morning, girls. Bunch of cows out there. Bred cows, probably. Oh, there's a Charlotte. Yep. Car watching. I'm cow watching. I'm like, pretty ladies out there in the field. Pretty ladies. Yeah, I used to do a lot of four-wheeling in my Toyota 4x4 and in my dad's pickups. Okay, oh, Gina's live. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, why don't we all pop over to Gina's live? I'll make a phone call in the meantime. Cowies, yes, they're chilling and eating their breakfast. Chilling with their homies. Why don't we all go do a dually raid over on Gina's live? What do you guys think of that? And then I'll make the phone calls I need to make. Whew, there goes my visibility. Let's go do that. Let's go do a dually raid on Gina's. We're talking knitting turnpike, right? Haha. Okay, Stephanie. Sweet Cowie's chilling in the field, chilling with their homies. Okay, you guys, I'm going to stop the live. Let's go do a dually raid over on her live. Okay? Okay, I love you guys. Bye.